There was a part of this I just want to go to. Where was he? You know when he spoke about the clears? So I'm pretty sure he said, I'm paraphrasing now, right, if I remember correctly, that in Arknights, you have to get a 3-star to get a sweep, whereas in Path to Nowhere, you only have to not leak or not have a character die. And I was like, bro, what did you just say? What did you just say? Did I mishear him say that? I swear he said that. And I'm sitting here thinking, does he know what constitutes a 3-star clear? Does he know what constitutes a 3-star clear? Like, you just described the same system in both games, and then went, well, it's up to you what you prefer. It's like saying, bro, do you like apples or do you like apples? You know, it's like, oh, I don't know, man. That's a hard decision. Ooh, ooh, apples or apples. I don't know. You know. I think I like apples. Exactly right, Alpha. That's what I was thinking. He tried to make out that Arknights have got more restrictions, but you can have everybody fucking die as long as you don't leak. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck?
The unlocking requirement for sweeping is also eased down. There's no 3-star system, only a bonus if you beat the stage without letting any enemies through, though some levels will have a few other restrictions like no allied deaths. Regardless, as long
So it's literally a stricter system. Because on some stages, you can't have somebody die. What the fuck? Like, brother. Like, oh my god. Like, oh man. Dude, if you're going to try and make these videos, like, come on. Like, that was just such an unbelievable oversight for me. I saw so many people talking about other stuff, yeah. And I was just like, bro, what is he talking about? Like, unbelievable. Unbelievable.
As long as you don't use friend support, you will unlock sweeping. In Arknights, you have to get 3 stars as well. This is obviously subjective, which way you prefer. Personally, I prefer Path to Nowhere. I don't think sweeping should be this coveted feature that one should have to work hard for. It just...
You don't. You have to do the same thing as in PTN. Don't leak. Right? And everybody can die. It's like, oh my god. Unbelievable.
More convenient for you.
Like, it's more convenient if you don't have to leak, you have to not leak, and maybe sometimes nobody dies. Because it's much harder to get 3 stars. Where'd you get 3 stars? Just don't leak. Yeah, but you gotta get 3 stars on. So, like, that's way harder than not leaking. Yeah, but 3 stars is not leaking, bro? Nah, that's yeah, that sounds complicated, that does. That's a bit too coveted for me. Yeah, nah. I'll take not leaking. I'll take not leaking.
Overall, if I were to argue from the
BGN,
other side,
I don't think so, Joshua. I think you have to not use a support as well, I believe.
The level before you can auto battle it. When it comes to the sinners, there's 3 ascension levels.
Psyche has really become the dude with bad takes, right? Like the dude with bad takes, because like that there is just, I think, Super made a post, right? And while this new version is marginally better, the core issue remains, you need to spend more time in these games before pushing get reviews for both PTN and AK. This still feels very surface level and shallow. Perfect. That, what he just said there, like, is the perfect example of that, right? He's a perfect example of, dude did just not play the game properly, right? I don't understand when he was playing the game, because I'm assuming, because the fact that he went to Wishadell really early on, right? He wasn't 3-star in some stages, I'm assuming, or he just was failing them. Because where in his head did he get that the 3-star was... What did he think you had to do to get a 3-star? I'm really curious. because it's a less requirement than, you know, you've got a leak, and then you've on some stages you've got can't leak and people can't die, because that is a requirement that's only specific to certain stages, I think, in PTN. I've only played a bit of PTN right now, I've got to be honest, but I'm pretty sure, and he said it himself, didn't he? Just don't leak, and you get a sweep, and don't use a support. And on some stages, there's an extra requirement of nobody can die. I'm actually baffled by that. Like, that quote in itself just shows that dude did not spend enough time. And here's another one. Let me show you another one, right? We ain't gonna watch the entire video, but I just wanna go over these, because these for me, and this is where he's actually being positive towards Arknights, right? But it just shows again, dude, it's just like, it's not how you make content like this for me. Now, dude's a much better content creator than me, I think. He makes better videos. These are just, these are mishaps. Like, this was, just take a bit of extra time.
Despite all the variety, I will take a chance and say that Arknights probably still has a superior endgame, due to how its levels can have some incredibly creative layouts, and how
that there, again. How do you know, bro? You might like Path to Nowhere's endgame more. You know? Like, you might actually like Path to Nowhere's endgame more. It might have better endgame. You're just saying, I'm just going to say probably, I don't know. Maybe. I guess it does. Like, even though he's bigging up Arknights here, and somebody who like Arknights, right? But I'm a normal person. I'm like, but how do you know? You know? How do you know?
having a larger roster likely means you'll have more freedom in expressing your skills as a player. After coming over it for the past week, I try to figure out why the hell barely anyone talks or even knows that the game exists outside of China. And
it's like he said something about the story as well. It is.
the illustrations for skins and cosmetics.
I've said this before as well. Path to Nowhere has some stunning artwork. It has some stunning artwork. It really does.
Also incredibly high detailed in terms of 2D pro.
Like, for me, this video as well, right? Dude, I have no issues with saying I think Path to Nowhere is better than Arknights. Cool. But it's when what I take issue with this video is, because like I say, I don't, even when he says I'm gonna assume Arknight's story is better. How do you know that, bro? You haven't played it. You might not like it. I remember saying this when I first played it.
Story, then since I have not thoroughly read either game's story to a great extent, I'm gonna go by gut instinct and say that Arknights probably still beats the majority of gacha games here. It's
how do you know? How can you have a gut instinct that Arknights has a better story than most gacha games? When dude played to like chapter 4 or 5, right, and then quit the game. Like, I'll agree. I think Arknights does have a better story than most gacha games. But he might not think that. Bro literally might have gone through the story and go, yeah, actually, I ain't a big fan of him. You know? It's such an odd way to make a video like this.
Considered to have some of the best world building, so I don't see how Path to Nowhere will stand a chance when it comes to...
So basically, he's saying Path to Nowhere's story can't stand a chance because other people said it can't stand a chance. You can't genuinely review games like these. And he's calling it a follow-up review, right? Like, I like Psyche, right? I think he, for the most part, he makes good videos. I do. I don't want this to seem like I'm shitting on him, right? I just think, if you're going to make reviews, man, I shit on games, right? I shit on games now and again, right? I don't do reviews, though. Like, when I made my video talking about Do It Night Abyss, I specifically said, the start of the story sucks. I'm not reviewing the game, though. Because, how can I? I played like 2 hours of the game and got filtered by how bad the start of the story was. Do you know? But if you're going to review a game, and there's a different expectation in what you're supposed to do then, right? You know what I mean? And in a live service game, I understand it's hard to play the entirety of it to review it, right? Especially something like Arknights. Dude would have started playing the game now, and in a year's time, he would be able to make a review on it, right? But I think you should at least get it, probably to, like, in my opinion, get to like something like Chapter 8, engaging with some IS, do some CC, do some annihilations, right? You know, do some events, interact with the gacha a little bit more, and then you can probably do a bit of a review on the game then. I think that's a fair point to do a review, right? Because at the end of the day, you could review a gacha game after a year of being out, and in 5 years' time, that review's null and void, right? So there has to be a limit when it's a live service game, but I think you've got to at least get into the weeds a little bit, right? I think when you start going, well, I've heard the story's really good, so I'm just going to say it's probably better. It's like, you're not making a review anymore. You know, you're just making an op-ed piece based on other people's opinions. It's not even your own opinion. Again, it's a shame, because, as I say, when you see stuff like this, right, it makes me then think, well, how many of the other videos are like this? I can't say that for a fact. I don't know. Maybe he's just been trying to rush out content. Maybe he's been a bit short of time. Humans make mistakes, right? This got lambasted, right? I can't speak on this so much because I got filtered by the game early. I think it's a mediocre game. But, like, when he starts speaking on stuff, there's a lot of people out there saying, dude's just talking shit, right? He hasn't been able to take this video down because it's a sponsored video, which is a shame. But it makes you start to question, though. Well, how good is his Infinity Nikki video? How much information in this long review is actually correct, and it's not just, well, he heard it from somebody else. But I think that's a problem when you make content like this, is if you're going to get into reviews, there's a level of what you've got to do, things you've got to aspire to be before you can start being a reviewer in me, because you're product reviewing, aren't you? You know, it's like being like, you know, all right, I'm about to review the Samsung A53, right? I've heard it's actually got a decent camera. It's pretty slow sometimes. But yeah, my gut instinct tells me it's better than the other fucking Samsung that came out at the same time. It's like, and people might go, all right, then which one do I buy then? Well, I'd say this one. My gut instinct says that anyway, so, you know, have at it, bro. Have at it.